Hey guys, it's Heinzie here. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're brand new to this channel, smash that red button. It is super important to help us grow this insane channel. Now, guys, I've got our boy here, Fulbright. Welcome, Fulbright. Always a pleasure to have you on board, my friend.
Thanks for having me, Heinzie. What are we talking about today?
Well, we're talking about Jedi Luke, man. Now, obviously, a few people in my community and the Discord servers, and we know that Jedi Luke's coming back pretty soon. So it was thrown out there, maybe we need to help some people. That's what we're here for, man. We're here to help the people where we can. And the whole concept is that we put together a guide. As you guys know, if you saw it live, my boy here, Fulbright, actually helped me live on Twitch unlock Jedi Knight Luke. I now have him at Relic 7, all geared up to the eyeballs. He's an absolutely brilliant character, very useful, a lot of fun to play. He really is, Fulbright.
He's a top 5 character in my book right now.
I believe so. So, you know what? There's a lot of mucking around and there's a lot of misconceptions on what will and won't work. So we've put together not only some guides on modding tips and bits and pieces, but we've also put together some of the gameplay as well, because you have to do certain things in certain sequences to move through to the next phase. You can have it all modded right, but if you don't play it right, it's going to take you forever and you might not get it at all. That's basically where we're at, Fulbright. So look, let's start with the first phase. So we're going to do this, guys, over 2 videos. So the description for the second video will be below. So we're going to do tiers 1 to 4 in this video, and then we're going to do the other one, tiers 5 to 8 in the other videos. So guys, check out the link below. Give us a thumbs up as well, of course. Go give some luck to Fulbright. He's a star on Twitch as well. He's an absolute legend. Thank you. Good collab, man, between ANZGC and Shadowlands today. That's what we love.
Yeah,
that's what we love.
Absolutely.
Everyone's a winner when everyone gets together, man. So look, let's get to it. Let's get to phase 1. So we've put together, of course, we've got to use our boy Wampa in this particular phase. So as you know, Fulbright, the recommended mod sets are obviously critical damage and critical chance sets. Now, is there a preference of having 4 of 1, and obviously you need 4 crit damage and 2 crit chance for this lineup?
Yeah, crit damage, and if you can, try to get a crit damage triangle.
Perfect.
As well. You want to be able to crit as much as possible to get CLS down there.
Fantastic. Obviously, we recommend at least 250 speed just to keep going as often as possible. Tenacity, 65% or above. And, of course, the offense at 7,500. Just we've got to get that damage output, Fulbright. That's the plan of attack in this lineup, isn't it, man?
That's right. And you got to have the tenacity, because what you're living off of is going to be the counterattacks. The counterattacks is really what's going to get CLS now. Absolutely.
Well, let's just show it, man. Let's bring up the videos now and let's go through it. So basically, we've got the tier 1 event. This is my gameplay here. So basically, this is exactly how it goes down, and this is how we did it live. So basically, the idea is that you just got to hit him, and Fulbright, we just need to survive and ramp up the damage. Is that the best plan of attack here?
Yep, ramp it up. Keep doing the roars. Keep those buffs off of him. Make sure he's always able to counterattack. As you can see, the counterattacks are really what starts wearing CLS down. And the more you ramp up, the higher that crit damage gets, the better off you are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every time you go, it just keeps on getting bigger and bigger. The damage keeps going. Once you land the healing immunity, you have to land the healing immunity at the right time. Usually that's what puts him over the top, so he doesn't get any health regen on his basic.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can see here we're thumping away. We're keeping. You can see the purple protection level just staying up there nice and solid. That's just helping us with the survivability at this point while we roll through it. You can see we're wearing him down. The more he hits, the more the damage is going to ramp up. We're going to have a roar. We get the buff immunity up again as well. That's where we do the damage, because he just can't. Yep. He just can't get as much health and protection back quick enough. So we're getting hit pretty hard here, and Luke's going to hit hard. He hits like a truck. So we obviously, they recommend, I think it's Relic 5, as you know, in this level. Do you recommend that would be enough if it's modded right to get us through? I'm pretty sure mine, I think, is Relic 6 in this one off the top of my head. So
we had a lot of guys that did it with Relic 2 and 3.
Really? Relic 2 and Relic 3? Yeah. Okay, cool. So it's just getting the modding right. That's really the key in this particular lineup. So,
well, it's getting the modding right, and then also just getting it, like, kind of, you see it right there in the right sequence.
Yeah.
Where the healing immunity lands at the right time, so he's not getting ready to cleanse.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then 2 or 3 counterattacks in a row, it's over.
Absolutely. So yeah, that's obviously how it works there. So that's number one. That's obviously the warm up phase. Let's be honest, man. It gets a little bit more difficult as we go along, of course. So let's
Yes, it
move on.
does.
Let's move on to phase two. Let's get into phase two now. So tier two is obviously we flip the script, man. We go into the cave. We go for our boy Commander Luke Skywalker. We go up against Wampa. Now, obviously, different mod set for him in comparison to Wampa, which a lot of people already will have if they've had these characters for a long time. Fulbright.
Yes.
Offense and potency obviously are recommended. Would you obviously speed at 300? You've gotten in here the potency cross is super important in this lineup.
Yes. You got to put your best offense set on, and then you got to have a potency cross. You have to have the potency to remove his turn meter and keep him from basically stripping him, keeping him from going.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you don't, he's gonna kick you in the naughty place.
And we don't want that. Speed
That's
at
right.
300 plus, so we can go more often, as we know. Potency 70% or above, just as the indicator. And yeah, again, an offense target of 7,200 or more. The more, the better, definitely.
Yes.
Any less than 7,200, you're obviously going to find it pretty difficult, if at all, because you just won't ramp up enough damage to break through.
Correct. If you have low offense on him, you're barely going to scratch him. They've scaled this particular Wampa to be tough.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
He hits hard.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you go into the gameplay, you'll see he does the Wampa smash pretty good.
Expecting. Let's do it, man. Let's go after it now. So we're just bringing up the gameplay now, guys. So as you can see, we're running through it now, and yeah, he is ramped up. Fulbright, I don't know about you, but I would love to have a Wampa with this much damage output, man. It would be magnificent, wouldn't it? It really would.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I love how in these events they take certain characters and they make them like uber tough.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. They just ramp them up. They hit the plus sign and the multiplier. Yeah, they hit the multipliers and off you go, certainly. But these also, guys, just a quick one. These images that you're seeing, especially the modding guides and bits and pieces, they're all going to be available in our server, the Heinzie server. The description is below. So go there, grab them, share them with your friends as well. You don't need the video, but obviously we got the gameplay here to show you how you should roll through it. But all of these images that you see, all of the modding guides, all the bits and pieces, they're all under the Heinzie Resources channel in the Heinzie server, so by all means help yourself to those. So, yeah, again, you just need to keep surviving. I mean, that's the trick, isn't it? In this one, Fulbright, as you can see.
That's it.
We did this on our first attempt, actually. This wasn't difficult for us. We ripped through it pretty quick. So, it's good to knock it out. We slowed it down just to get the finishing blow there. But at the end of the day, it's certainly something that it was good to knock out. But it was
as long as you're modded right.
Yeah,
I mean, as long as you're modded right, it'll go real quickly.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's go through to tier 3, man. Let's get up to tier 3 now. Now, tier 3 is where things get a little bit interesting. That's probably the best way to put it. Now, we start bringing out, obviously, a lot of these other characters, which, to be honest, we don't use in a day-to-day basis. I mean, Rolo, obviously Captain Han, 3PO, we obviously use a lot. Chewie, we use just about every day. I mean, every time we do something, we tend to use Chewie. But a lot of people really won't know how to use Rolo properly, and obviously Captain Han in this case. They just probably wouldn't use him much, especially if they haven't done Hoth for ages,
That's correct. And also, the Chewbacca, he's kind of set up a little bit different than what most people are running him right now. It's more, he's set up more like it was for the CLS counter to gas. And I know that's kind of went away for a lot of people. They've changed how they're utilizing these characters. So you kind of have to go back to that type of mental mod set for Chewbacca.
Yeah.
C-3PO, he has to have survivability. You want to put as much high health on him, but you also have to have extremely high potency on him. You want all of his basics to basically land.
Yeah.
Those are all important. And then Rolo, real simple. She's got to have the crit chance.
Yeah.
She has to crit, and basically Cholo or Captain Han Solo, he needs extremely high health, and he needs to have relatively fast speed for him, just so he can keep going to keep healing and reviving.
Yeah.
That's what he's got to do.
Yeah, it's crazy. So we'll go through the mod lineups just quickly again, Fulbright. 3PO, obviously, speed and potency with high health. That's pretty standard. So Captain Han, health sets, 70k minimum health, 60k minimum protection, and 240 minimum speed. Obviously, the reason for the health and protection again is just survivability in this case. That's all you really need for him. Chewie, as you said, health and tenacity. Crit damage triangle is certainly something you highly recommend. And then obviously a 72k minimum health, 260 minimum speed. So it doesn't need to be super fast, but he needs to hit hard. 8,000 minimum damage and 100% plus tenacity. So he just turns into a wrecking ball beast that we really want.
He does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, Rebel Officer Leia Organa, Rolo, as we all know her as Rolo. Crit damage and crit chance. Again, we want her for a bit of damage output and some AoE action as well. Crit damage triangle also, same as Chewie, we recommend if you got them. 280 speed, 6,500 damage, 80% critical chance, and 50k minimum health. So, again, survivability, but she's got to pack a punch too.
That's correct. She's got to have survivability, and the biggest thing is we need her to crit every time she goes.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how you're going to get through this one. This one is a fun.
We started
play.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to outspeed Vader.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's go through it now, man. That's the trick. Yeah, so we're obviously checking out the first phase now, guys, so we're working through it. So, look, really, the sharpshooters are annoying, or the snowtrooper ops, you know the drill. So we're working through them. You want to try and knock out the ops first. They're the ones that do a fair bit of the damage. Or what's correct. Yeah, and then obviously from there, you've then got the snowtroopers and obviously the stormies from there too. So we're just going to work through those, try and get rid of the ones that do us the majority of damage quickly where possible. So this is where obviously the AoEs come into play. That would be fair. Obviously, Rolo's AoE and Chewbacca's AoE, they're handy. The confusion mechanic is quite good for this as well with 3PO.
Yes, that's why you got to have potency on him. You want all those debuffs to stick. You want them not to be able to gain turn meter. Yeah,
gotcha. So that's the trick. You've just got to try and hit them before they go. It's as simple as that. You need to break through, surprise, surprise, a wall of stormtroopers. That's basically what we've got to do as part of that event. But look, we're working through now. And Captain Han, he's obviously there just to top everyone out for health where possible. Again, just to help keep the survivability train going. Would that be fair to say?
It is there.
Yeah,
that's the only reason why he's there.
Yeah. Now, if you get caught out, is there generally enough time for his revive to kick in as well, or is that sort of it is?
Oh yeah.
So the revive is your backup plan for Captain Han normally. So really, you should just be focusing on trying to keep the health up where possible.
Yes. Yep.
Gotcha.
And with the second phase here, the deal is we got to kill all these Imperials before Vader takes his turn.
Gotcha. No worries.
Because if Vader takes his turn, it's over.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So we got to go after our big AoE damage dealer that can also ability block us, which is going to be General Veers there.
Yep, that's it. So yeah, Veers is certainly the one we want to knock out here. I'm sorry, guys, we did get Frank the Tank pop up to say hello. This is live footage from when we did it on Twitch, so obviously our follow alerts popped up at the time. So yeah, I apologise for that one, guys. But hey, who doesn't love a bit of Frank the Tank action anyway? Let's be fair. Now we're working through some stormtrooper action now. We're just breaking through, but yeah, the aim here is to basically get rid of them before Vader goes. If you watch his turn meter, his blue counter at the top here, basically you just don't want him to go. You want to knock out these stormtroopers, and then from there you're pretty well set.
That's right.
So yeah, so we're working through them now. Just got to break through. It's not the fastest turn meter he's got. He hasn't got the highest speed. So they're giving you a window. An open window in this, Fulbright, would be fair to say, to break it through.
Yeah, once it goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, he's gonna hit 100% turn meter.
Yeah,
and he wrecks the team.
Yeah, that's it.
Instantly.
That's it. So you don't actually have to, as you can see, you don't actually have to take Vader on. You just need to beat him. You need to beat all the stormtroopers before he goes. If he goes, he's just going to wipe you out. It's as simple as that. He's just going to massacre the bejesus out of you. You're done. So at the end of the day, all you got to do is knock out the stormtroopers to move on to the next phase. So with that being said, let's move on again, Fulbright, to obviously phase 4, man, which obviously is the final phase in this video. We're going to be doing the other 4 on a separate video. There's just too much to cover, so we thought we'll spread it out a bit. So let's get to Tier 4 now. So Tier 4 is the ships, Fulbright. Now, this is the ship event, as you know. Now, this is an interesting one because you don't really need to kill them all. You just need to survive and get through to the point that you can escape. Very much like the movie. You just got to get the hell out of Dodge. It's as simple as that. So, now, obviously, we can't fit the full guide on here. I'm sorry. I can try and shrink it down a little bit so you guys can see it. But there we go. So we can lose it there. Can't take me anywhere. But long story is this. You want every pilot with 6 E mods to start with. Now, it doesn't matter what type of mods they are. It's irrelevant. They can be the crappiest 6-dot mods you did years ago that you didn't even know what you were doing when mods were around. Doesn't matter. Because it doesn't matter what the stats are. That doesn't make any difference to the power of the ship. What it does is the mod level then attaches to the ship, and the mod level gives it that extra bounce and that extra power. So
that's exactly right.
That's basically where we're at. So you can put trash mods on there, but as long as they're 6-dot, that'll give you the survivability. Now, the biggest mistake that I made as well, Fulbright, as you know, we did this a couple of times, is the first thing that we tend to do is when anytime we've got Millennium Falcon in the lineup, we do the shake and bake. You know, that's what we do. So basically, the watch this ability is normally what we do. We don't want to be doing that in this case.
Correct.
We basically want to go punch it. We want to punch it. That will then give, obviously, the extra defense penetration to the other ships that then can take out the ships and obviously give you that extra survivability you need.
That's correct. You want to spread the damage around all 3 ships as much as you can.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter how low they are, just as long as they escape.
That's it. Spot on.
One thing, too, that I think there's a big misconception about Tier 4 is a lot of people think you have to have a relic wedge.
No, you do not.
And you do not.
Yeah.
So that's really important.
Let's bring up the gameplay, man. Let's go. So we've got that up and going now. Let's go. All right, so basically this is where we're at. So now what we need to do here is get punch it straight off the bat, which is what we've done. That then allows the other ships not needing to hit wedge, because wedge is the weakest link here. That's how it works. So at the end of the day, we certainly need the survivability there, and by stealthing Falcon Man, that actually hurts us more. So we just don't want to do that. Yeah. So
correct. And also we want to try to avoid hitting any of the characters that have the foresight.
Yep.
Because when the TIE fighter pilots, whenever they evade, it's driving the turn meter of the capital ship.
Yeah, absolutely. I just realised that I did a restart on it and I thought I had it lined up. We're all good here. I'm on fire. Welcome to a Heinzie video. This is just how we roll, people. You never know what to expect. This is no different. Okay, so yeah. So basically, we don't want to hit Vader. We want to hit everyone but Vader is the plan of attack where possible. Right. We want to do the Falcon punch it. We want wedge. You can see there we're doing really good early damage there. We've already knocked out a ship. It's already 3 against 2. It's now down to Vader on his own really, really quickly. So that's the way that you want to get through it. You really got to do some damage early. They're going to target. They're going to target Wedge, aren't they? I mean, AI looks like that they want to target Wedge because he's the weakest link. Now, as Fulbright did say, the video that we're doing here that you're seeing live, guys, my Wedge is only at gear 11. He has, I bumped him up just to gear 12 to put the 6E mods on him just for survivability. But it's been done at gear 10, gear 11. It can be done. A little bit more RNG, but at the end of the day, it certainly can be done. But plan of attack is straight off the bat, let him survive. Wedge, you want him gone. You want him hyperspaced as soon as possible. The moment he's hyperspaced, you're going to win because the other two just have the extra health and the extra, survivability that Biggs does not have. And that certainly makes a massive difference. So we're working through it now, yeah.
And the reason why you avoid Vader is you can't damage him, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's a brick wall.
He's not going anywhere.
He's a brick wall. He's not going away. So, so take out everyone around him, which obviously are the main damage dealers as well. You can just see there, Biggs has gone and hyperspaced. They're starting to hit the other two ships. It doesn't matter. One's going to hyperspace after the other one from here on in. So there we go. Y-Wing's gone, and then we've just done the Falcon, and that's that one over, done and dusted. So basically, they've designed it to go against the convention of what we're used to, Fulbright, because we're used to shake and baking off the bat. So they've certainly done that on purpose, just to make it a little bit trickier there. So let's move on, man, to our next... no, that's it for this one. We're going to move on to the next one, guys. We'll hit the next video, of course. Please join us for the other one. I'm scattered now. I'm all over the place. Smash that red button. Come and join us on the next video. Of course, guys, come and see us on Twitch. Twitch, Fulbright as well, and myself, Heinz ZGC. Come and see us. We have a ball. We do a lot of crazy live stuff always. We'll see you
Always.
on the next one. And yeah, the link's below. Come and check out 5, 6, 7, and 8. See you soon.